So okay.
Miss Worldwide, Christina Aguilera. Oye, mamita, dale, que la cosa está rica.
Oh, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Hello and welcome to Park Dean Virtually Live. It's lovely to be here to perform for you today. Now, as some of you may know, every magician in the whole wide world has a glamorous, attractive assistant, and tonight I'm no different. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've worked together now for 15 years all over the world, from Eastbourne to Egypt. Put your hands together, go wild, go crazy for the one, the only Wilson the bowling ball, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Yes. And the crowd went wild. There we go. Let's get rid of him. Now, I always like to find out a little bit about my audience. Now, give me a wave if you've never seen a live magician on stage before. Give us a wave. Okay, some of the kids, okay. Give us a wave if you have seen a live magician on stage before. Give us a wave. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And give us a wave if you don't care either way whether you've seen a magician or not. Okay, it's going to be a tough audience. Fair enough. Now, I come from a little seaside town all the way down in East Sussex, a little seaside town called Hastings. Now, admittedly, not the best place in the world to live, but there is one great thing about Hastings, and that is the beautiful theatre on the seafront called the White Rock Theatre. Now, I was very lucky a few years ago to be on that stage there with a young man called Darren Brown. Give me a wave if you've ever seen anything Darren Brown's done before. A few of you would have. For those of you who haven't never seen Darren Brown or even heard his name before, he does nice bits of mystical mind-reading sort of magic. And I was very lucky to be on the stage with him one night. We did a trick together on stage, then I got to meet him backstage. And backstage he told me how he does some of his mind-reading trickery. So ladies and gentlemen, live inside this little room here, I'm going to attempt to perform some Darren Brown mystical magic. Give me an ooh, very quietly, and away. Now, Darren actually said to me it's very important to warm an audience up before you attempt to do any sort of mind-reading trickery. And he did suggest to try and use something a little bit high-tech. So I have this. Now, in the world of magic, this is called, well, it's a bit of card on it, and it spins round like this. Now, we're going to try this twice tonight. We're going to start by getting everyone nice and relaxed. Make sure you're nice and relaxed. All you have to do is stare at the center of the spiral. That's all you have to do. Keep nice and relaxed. Stare deep into the center of the spiral. Do not take your eyes off. Keep nice and relaxed. Stare deep into the center of the spiral. You need to try this for about 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, I'll do a countdown from 3 to 0. When we get to 0, everyone stare at my head or someone else's head in the venue. Keep staring deep into the center of the spiral as we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. Stare ahead. Did it work? Let's try it again. We're going to do exactly the same. This time, Keep staring at the center of the spiral. Stare at the center of the spiral. Do not take your eyes off. We're going to do exactly the same as we just did and do that countdown from 3 to 0. When we get to 0, everyone stare at my head on the screen or someone else's head out there in the venue. Keep staring deep into the center of the spiral. Keep nice and relaxed. Do not take your eyes off the center of the spiral as we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. Stare ahead. Did it work? If it worked for you, give yourselves a little bit of a round of applause. Well done. Now, I'll be very honest with you. I've picked that up this afternoon from Plymouth. On my way down here, I needed a pack of cards for a trick I'm going to do in a little while. And went in a shop. This pack of cards would have cost me about £3. I spent an hour in that shop with a little old man behind the counter convincing me to buy this circle of card for 30 quid. 30 quid that costs. That's all you get. The circle, the card, the bolt that goes through the middle, and the instructions. So while I was waiting to do this, I was sitting out there on a nice comfy couch reading through the instructions so I kind of understand what was supposed to happen. Now, as far as the instructions say, when I spin it one way, heads should get bigger. When I spin it the other way, they should get smaller. So give yourselves a round of applause if you saw big head or a small head. Go. Hopefully a few of you that worked for. Now, the other tricky thing for me is I really need to know which way is bigger and which way is smaller. Mainly because at the back of the instructions, it does clearly say it would work on any of my body parts. And I wanted to give that a bash with the missus when I get home. And I don't want to spin it the wrong way, make it look any smaller than it already is. Anyway, hopefully that works for you. Now, to carry on with the Derren Brown style sort of bits and pieces we're going to do, we've actually gone onto the street, pulled someone in at social distancing, and here is my lucky volunteer. Come and give him a nice big round of applause. Now, have you ever been on stage with a magician before?
Never.
You've never done any tricks, never had a close-up magician do a trick with you?
No, never.
We're going to break you in nice and easy. We're going to play a little game, first of all. This little game is something some people may know as tic-tac-toe, or as us British say, it's noughts and crosses, really. So, we've got noughts, we've got crosses, and in all fairness, it's my game, so I get to go first. So I'm going to be noughts, and I'm going to be the obvious choice and take the middle one. Now, you've got a choice now. This is your X. You can place this anywhere you like. Where would you like to put it?
Top right.
Top right. So we're going to... You happy to stick it up there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, my turn, so I'm going to give this a go, and we're going to go... Let's go straight down there. Let's get that clipped in. There we go. Now, I think you've got one obvious choice
Middle
there.
top.
Middle top, we go for the middle top for the X. I'm going to plonk that in just there. Now, obviously I've only got one choice, I've just seen. You may have won there for a second if I hadn't been on the ball. There we go, so we're going to stick that one there. So I've blocked you there. You get to choose where you want to go now.
I'm going to go bottom right.
I thought I got away with that. I thought I was going to get away with that. Bottom right. They've blocked me off there from doing the diagonal and... Oh! Obvious again. Straight in there. Let's click that in. Okay.
Middle left.
Are you sure?
Positive. Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely.
I should have put money on this. Middle left for the last. Cross. Just clipped in there. And obviously I've got the last nought. So I've got to put it down there. So that means, well, neither of us won.
Sure.
But it broke you in nice and easy. Okay, it's just warmed you up. Now, we're going to do something now, a very basic card trick, okay? I have been invited by the Magic Circle themselves to attempt to take the Gold Star Magic Circle exam. And these are a normal deck of cards. As you can see, they are all different. In fact, some of them are back to front and upside down, so you know it's not rigged at all. There's a joker in there. So it is a complete full deck of cards. Now you get the easy job. You get to choose which card you're going to do. Now we need to do this as randomly as possible, and so I don't get within a metre of you, okay? So what I'm going to do I'll just straighten all them up. I'm going to flick through the side of the pack like that. Whenever you want, shout stop.
Okay.
And that's going to be the card we use. Shout stop nice and quietly, so we're not yelling and still staying within the rules.
Okay.
Here we go. Stop there. You want to stop there?
Yeah.
You don't want to change your mind?
No.
You don't want to go any further?
No.
Okay. Now the one you stopped on before, that's the one you stopped on there. This is the card before. And that is, let's, ooh, there's the camera there, the Ace of Diamonds. Now there's a reason why we can't use the Ace of Diamonds. It's because I've seen it and that's called cheating. This is the card that you chose. So I'm just going to push it up like that so you can see that was your card. Yeah. Okay. And we're just going to show everyone in the audience that was the card. Now hopefully you can all see that. Now we're going to put that straight back where it came from, but to make sure it's very fair, we're going to shuffle the pack. Okay. So we're just going to give them all a good shuffle just to make sure they are all mixed up. Normally I would get you yourself to shuffle the deck. Now, have you ever shuffled a deck before?
I have, yeah.
You have? Are you a poker fan or?
No.
No? Do you do any fancy shuffles or anything
No
like that?
fancy shuffles, just
No
a
fancy
normal
shuffles.
yeah.
Now, we're going to take the deck of cards. We're going to place it in this little gadget down here. Now, this is what is called a card fountain. All it's going to do is throw all the cards up in the air. Right. Okay? I'm going to get you to take a very small step backwards for me. And I'm going to place this down on the ground. This is controlled by a little foot switch, which I will press at hopefully the right time. And I'm going to place this, I think, just about there. Make sure it's switched on. Now, to make this a little bit more fun, what's going to happen is the cards are going to go all the way up in the air. I want you to look at every single card as it's flying up in front of your face, ready to look at your own card, okay? When you see your card, I will know because your facial expression is going to slightly change, which lets me know that your card is in the air. At that point, we take this knife and throw it through your card. Are you happy to continue? No. No. Obviously, health and safety is a bit of an issue. I thought we might get away with it without actually being in the park itself. So I have got something that may just soften the blow for you. On that stool there is a big block of wood. If you pick it up by the top of the strap and stick it over your head. Perfect. Now that should just enough cushion the blow of the knife going in you. Okay, let's, I need to make a little bit of room. That's close enough, I think. Let's move the strap back. Right. Can we have some dangerous sort of music, please? Now, this is very important that you try not to move much. It's also very important you have your hands just there, just in case. Do you have any children? Do you want any more? Okay, I was going to do a 2-for-1 job, that was all. So keep your hands nice and straight there. Now, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, especially the boys and girls, do not try this at home. I have practiced for many hours during lockdown on how to do this trick. I've never tried this with a human being before. You have normally just been a mic stand with that hanging over the top, so you are my first volunteer. Boys and girls, do not go home, do not try this with your brother and sister in the kitchen with your mum or dad's best knife. It does not work. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, if this was to go wrong this afternoon, you may never see me again because I'm going to be out that door as quick as a ferret. We're going to try this. We're going to do a countdown from 10 to 0. When we get to 0, the cards will go up in the air. Stay as still as possible, but look at every single card on the way up. Do not blink. Are you ready? Ladies and gentlemen, give me a wave if you're ready. Here we go. Let me just square up a little bit. About there. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck. cut there for a second.
Keep everything rolling.
I'm sure I turned that on.
Okay, Billy, can you take a step forward in if possible? Perfect, stay there.
I'm just going to need to take that back. Do you want to go? Where do you want to go from?
Countdown.
If we go from the countdown bit again, and if you get exactly the same. Okay, I'm going to start the track again.
Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck! I've got one card. Before you even move, would you have a look on the floor? Can you see your card anywhere on the floor? What I'm going to get you to do is unhook it, stick it back on the stool. Obviously, some of the cards on the floor are face down. And quite frankly, I'm not that good. And what they're paying for me here today, I don't have to be that good. Now, that card is the card you chose. For the first time, would you tell me what card you chose?
Jack of Hearts.
The Jack of Hearts. And we should have the Jack of Hearts. Ladies and gentlemen, please give him a big round of applause, but don't go anywhere just yet. There is another bit as a little momentum. I'm going to let you keep that. I'm going to let you take that.
Okay.
You can keep that.
Thank you.
We started off this bit by playing noughts and crosses, a simple game. Now, you could have put your crosses anywhere you like. And depending on where you put your crosses, depends where I put my crosses. So it could have been a momentous, different places. Everyone had put all their bits and pieces. However, if this has gone right, you should have put all your pieces in exactly the right place.
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, give my lovely volunteer a huge round of applause. Thank you for coming and helping us this afternoon, this evening, and this morning. And that is that. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're going to carry on. I'm going to tidy up a little bit. This is definitely one of the messiest places I've worked in because I've just spread all the cards all over the floor. We're going to tidy this up, health and safety and all. Now, obviously, children, please do not play with knives at home. And we're going to do something nice and simple for you that you can just sit down and watch and maybe help me out. Because what I'm going to need is some wiggly fingers. Kids, put your hands in the air. Give your fingers a little wiggle. Lovely stuff. Point them towards me and give them a wiggle. Because boys and girls, you are going to make the magic right now. Can we have some nice magical music, please? Now we're going to do a very simple trick with 1, 2, 3 pieces of rope. All different sizes, a small one, a medium one, and a very long one. Now kids, get your wiggly fingers ready because what we're going to do, we're going to take all the ends of the rope and stick them right up the top like that. We're going to stick the medium one up there like that, and we're going to stick the very long one up there like that. Now this is where, kids, your wiggly fingers are going to come in. Point your fingers at me, give them a big wiggle. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And hopefully you've done a little bit of magic all by yourselves. Because if we take all the ends and give it a good pull, we should have 3 ropes all the same length. 1 piece of medium rope, 2 pieces of medium rope, and 3 pieces of medium rope. Boys and girls, give yourselves a clap, well done. But it's not over yet, because I have another show to do in about a year's time. So I need these ropes back to how they were right at the beginning. So boys and girls, get your wiggly fingers ready because we're going to take all the ends just like this. Stick them all up the top. Wiggle your fingers. And hopefully we should have little piece of rope. We should have a medium piece of rope and we should have a long piece of rope. Boys and girls, give yourselves a big round of applause. Well done. Fantastic. Let's get rid of them. Thank you very much. There we go. Let's get rid of that. Chuck that in there. Now, when I went into the magic shop to buy the pack of cards and the big spinny disc thing, I was lucky enough to sweeten the deal a little bit by getting a free gift. Now, you don't often get free gifts in magic shops, but you do online. When you go online, you buy a trick from a magic shop online. They normally send you a code to unlock something. But while I was in this magic shop in Plymouth this afternoon, he gave me one of those codes. So I was having a look at it, and it seems it's more of a practical joke than it is a magic trick. So I thought I'd try it for the first time right now. This is something that I've never done before. Apparently, the little code gives you access to a phone number to get the instructions about how to do a magic trick. Now, I do need to borrow a item of footwear from someone in our audience. Obviously, please do not throw your shoes at the screen. That's very dangerous. Adam, who is behind the camera there, is going to lend me one of his shoes. And we got it. There we go. Now, you can tell a lot by someone's shoe. The style of it. Nike is okay. Most importantly, the smell. And this tells me Adam needs to have a shower. Let's leave that there. Now, these fantastic guys here at Park Dean have managed to rig my phone up with the speakers and the PA system. So this should work, fingers crossed. Let's dial the number. Right, there we go. Hopefully this is all coming through. Please work.
Welcome to the Acme Jokes and Tricks hotline.
To proceed in English, press 1.
1 for English.
De procéder en français, appuyez 2.
I thought it was English.
Para continuar en español, pulse 2.
So, no, English.
Tizzle prizzle is a nizzle. Prizzle fizzle. No shizzle, my nizzle.
No, that's not English. That's not English.
You have selected English. For technical support, press 2.
No, not technical.
For
support.
more options, press 3.
Don't even
For
know.
fewer options, press 4.
Okay.
For 2 hours of irritating music, press 5.
Oh.
To speak to customer service, move to Mumbai.
Oh, no, not that one.
If you have multiple personality disorder, press 6, 7, 8, and 9.
No.
If you have obsessive compulsive disorder, press 7. Press 7, press 7, press 7. If you have already purchased an item and wish to hear instructions, press star.
This is it. Okay.
Welcome to the fun world
Here we go.
of practical jokes. For the banana in the exhaust pipe joke, press 1.
No.
For the hand in the warm water joke, press P.
P.
For the dirty nappy joke, press number 2.
Not pressing number 2.
For the drink in the shoe joke, press 3.
That's it. That's it.
Congratulations!
I think.
You have purchased the comedy Drink in the Shoe joke,
Yes.
a guaranteed laugh a minute. To begin, you will first need to borrow a shoe from an unsuspecting sucker. I mean, volunteer.
Thank you, Adam.
Have you done this?
Yes, I have.
Good. You will also need a small drinking glass.
Yeah.
Your volunteer should have no knowledge of this glass, as this is the secret of the joke.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Take the glass and hide it in your right hand. This is called palming.
Palming.
Be sure to keep your hand in a natural position. Now, when your volunteer is not looking, you must sneak the glass into the shoe. This is called sneaking the glass into the shoe. To facilitate this, create a small distraction.
Oh, look, it's Sparky. Look over there. Look.
Practice this secret move over and over until you can do it without detection.
All right.
Pick up the shoe in your left hand.
Oh, hold on.
Your left hand. Next, pick up a drink of your choosing. Tell your volunteer you're going to show them an amazing magic trick.
I'm going to show you an amazing magic trick.
Now, pour the drink into the shoe. Finish pouring and say, ta-da!
Ta-da!
Now, check the expression on your volunteer's face. Does he look angry? Then you've done it right.
Oh, okay.
Let this moment of hilarious comedy sink in, because what your volunteer didn't see was you didn't really pour the drink into the shoe at all. You really poured it into the glass you concealed into the shoe earlier. Remember palming?
No one saw it. It's fine. It's fine.
Now it's time to put his mind at rest. Make a magical gesture. Pull the full glass of liquid from the shoe and toast your new friend for being such a good sport.
Oh, go on then. Ladies and gentlemen, give Adam a big round of applause for letting me borrow his shoe. One drink, one dry shoe, and give Adam a huge round of applause. There you are, Adam. There's your smelly shoe back. Cheers! Taste of feet. Nice. Right, let's get rid of this. Tidy up as we go along. There we are. Let's get that in there like that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's very quickly coming to the last part of the show. Hope you've enjoyed the show up here tonight, this evening, or this afternoon, whatever time of day it is with you. Big thank you to Park Dean Virtually Live. Fantastic idea, and I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of almost live entertainment wherever you are. Now, I'm going to finish off with my last little trick. As a magician, I am a little bit different. There's a lot of magicians out there that learnt magic when they was a kid. Most magicians had a Paul Daniels magic set, learnt a little bit of magic while they were younger, and are even better now. For me, it wasn't like that. I didn't learn any magic at all until I was about 19 years old, and there's a very good reason why. I'd done 2 years at college. I'd got a diploma. I was supposed to be heading off to university. However, I decided I was going to take a year out and work on a holiday park and do something a little bit like what the troopers did here. And I did a few auditions, did a few interviews, and wasn't having much luck. My last interview was in a beautiful part of the UK called Clacton-on-Sea, all the way up there in Essex. Now, I drove up there and I was 2 hours late for my interview. I got stuck in traffic, always a nightmare, trying to get through the old Dartford tunnel. And by the time I'd got to the park, everyone had gone home, with the exception of the manager, who was just hanging around to see if I might eventually arrive. Now, he gave me a very quick interview. And during that interview, I told a massive lie. When he asked me if I could sing or dance, I said yes. And I can't sing and dance whatsoever. He gave me the job, and a few weeks later I started working on the park and got up to Clacton, settled into my caravan, and the second day we started to rehearse the first team show. And it was very obvious I could neither sing nor dance whatsoever. The manager pulled me aside and told me if I wanted to stay on the team, I'd have to learn to do something that no one else on the team could do. So that's what I did. I taught myself some card tricks. I taught myself how to do some illusions. I was reading books left, right and centre, but every possible way of doing magic. So that's how I got into magic all those years ago. So for me, the first real piece of magic I saw as a kid, trick or an illusion, for me, it was a memory. That memory was of when I was about 6 years old. Very cold February day, and for the first time as a kid, looking outside and seeing real snow come down. Now you ask any kid, that first time they see real snow, that excitement they get, that is what I class as magic. As the kids grow up, they realise the little white things falling down from the sky, little bits of water, each crystallised into something beautiful and unique. And even for me, at my old age, that's still what I class as real magic. There's one other thing in my life which I count as real magic, and it's that one special time in your life where you've stared into your partner's eyes. You get that feeling just inside there. And for me, that is what real magic is. So that's what my last little trick is about. Two things in my life which I count as real, pure magic. For myself, Richie Austin, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure performing for you. Have a great time with the team down there. But for myself, Richie Austin, thank you very much. See you soon. There, no one will know, wasn't there?
We go from first trick I saw as a kid, illusion.
Yep.
Okay, are we ready?
So for me, the first trick I saw as a kid wasn't a trick or an illusion. For me, it was a memory. That memory was of when I was about 6 years old. Very cold February day, and for the first time as a kid, looking outside and seeing real snow come down. Now you ask any kid, that first time they see real snow, that excitement they get, that is what I class as magic. And as the kids grow up, they know that those little white things falling down from the sky, little bits of water, each crystallising something beautiful and magic. There's one other thing in my life which I count as real magic, and it's that one very special time in your life where you've stared into your partner's eyes. You get that feeling inside there. And for that split second, you know if you're going to spend the rest of your life with them. That feeling just there for that second, that is what real magic's all about. So that's what my last little trick is about. Two things in my life which I count as real, pure magic. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope you've enjoyed this tonight, this evening and this morning. But for myself, Richie Austin, I leave this one last trick. Bye-bye.
Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. Every night I lie in bed, the brightest color